Where you at? You went back to the barber?
The same one. Same one. Raekwon. 180s. You see what I do? I see what you do.
Nah. I'm a little more happier when I come from the barber. You came, knife in one pocket, joint in the other pocket. He's not even laughing.
Ready to go. I don't play.
Cocked. I thought I'm 41. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody starts off. Yeah.
DJ Envy, yo, but
Envy's corny.
Happy birthday, Envy, Big Queens. Happy birthday, Envy, Big Queens.
Today.
He's
from Sunnyside though. He's not from around your way.
Bugging. Walking distance from me.
Him and Clue.
Springfield and Murdoch.
Man, fuck both of them. Nah. 50, right?
I heard fifth a nut. Oh yeah, he did say some wild shit about Clue. I ain't seen it. Big Flea, never the little one.
Yeah,
he was sitting there with Gilly and Wallow. I know. I didn't watch it yet. I know.
He said I got $1 million. Team told me there ain't no money, and look at him now. He's broke, no money. This guy.
Fifth never changes.
Suckers.
I think you can talk over the drops with no problem.
Yeah.
I like the way it sounds.
We back, y'all. We back, y'all. Little Labor Day break.
Oh, right. I got bags under my eyes. It's all good.
Fabian got a good cut. No hat on, no glasses. Hair slicked back. That's dry. It's not wet.
I did wet it because a couple hairs were sticking out.
Okay. I stand corrected. You look well rested.
I don't.
Tell us about the weekend real quick. Reader's Digest version.
We had fun. I wish I would rather have gone to Kalahari over there in the Poconos with the big water park, but we went. We were at a spot with a hotel in Plattsburgh. They had a little water slide and arcade in the hotel. We ain't have to leave.
Oh, that's love.
I don't know if the kids had fun, but I did.
You did. That's what matters, right?
They had this basketball thing.
That's where I'm going.
Valerie was going crazy. She texts my wife, Dad is going crazy. I kept putting the money in there. Like, now I want to beat that. The record was 72. I got to 60.
Okay. You right there. You on their heels. So let me ask you this.
The ball wasn't coming out right.
It's pissing you off. I know.
It bounced out. It bounced. I had to deal with two of them at a time at one point. I snatched the other one.
Are you still allowing Julius to win, or is he at the stage now where you're spanking him in anything y'all compete in?
I don't ever let them win nothing. They win everything. They get all their wins. When we play, what's that game? With all the cartoons and they fight each other, all the comic book.
Super Smash Bros.
They be whooping my ass. Valerie whoops my ass. I'm like, yo, how do you know how to do these moves? She's just like, I don't know what's going on. And I was always a horrible Street Fighter. I was the cheesiest. You would have hated me. Like, you ain't even winning.
Oh, okay.
Cheesy. All day.
Chill. You brought
How was your weekend, young man?
Weekend was good, man. I was chilling. Slow Saturday. Move around the crib a little bit, clean up the crib. Sunday, we had baby girl at the trampoline park. These are extremely popular these days, where they just go in there and jump up and down for hours. They sleep well at night, though. They sleep well at night after that. After that, it's over. Eat something, bathe. It's all she wrote. And then Sunday, there's this spot out here called Andretti. If y'all familiar with the Andretti's, the race car guys.
They got a spot out there?
So they got a spot out here called Andretti's Indoor Racing whatever. And so
that sounds crazy.
Crazy, Fabe. They have for juniors, for small kids, then the intermediate for like preteens, you know, CC's age, and then they have for the adults, the adult races. And race probably lasts about 7-8 minutes, and you win one of them little race cars, and you going around in the track, and it takes you, and it's dope. It's a dope experience. It's like a Dave and Buster's on steroids, right? And so dope experience. They got a bar in there too, so you know I got a couple libations, comfortable. It was cool. Weekend was cool, and chilled, and then we back at it.
Shout out to Jermaine O'Neal. I just saw like his life story. Damn.
Oh, JO got a story now.
Went through a lot, but he owns like a race car thing like that too. Mm-hmm. I think it's in Dallas. If I'm not mistaken, certainly Texas.
Yes.
They say he ain't playing no games with his money. He owns like 30 different restaurants and this, that, and he's not playing any games.
Oh, JO was a G. He is not going to be one of them broke athletes once it's all said and done. Keep it real. Like, big shout out to Ron Artest. Ron still to this day feels like crap for igniting that fight or being a part of igniting that fight, because we might be talking about Jermaine O'Neal completely different if that 04-05 Pacers team wins the championship. I think we talk about all of those guys differently, right? Like Stack talks about how much better he is than Ray Allen.
But he was tough.
Stack was tough. I don't think he was on Ray's level. Like, I just think there's levels to these things, and I don't ever think he was on Ray's level. Great competitor, great competition for Ray, but yeah, there's levels.
You know what? Before we get to what we wanted to get to, real quick. Speaking of Stack, it seems like he was throwing a shot at another famous viral
what you got?
Viral compadre here on the YouTube streets in response to the whole more skilled, more this, more that era. Your era was more skilled, scorers.
Oh yeah, I think he had something to say to Gilbert.
It sounds like it. And our boy over here around the association is definitely a bochinchero. King Bochinchero. No disrespect around the association, because I'm sitting right here with the popcorn with the bochinche.
And I'm right here.
Right alongside. You know Flea's here.
Always.
And you know his best friend here, Stack, had a response to just Bill Gilbert talking about, we'll play both.
PG have,
but we're gonna listen to one of the things Gilbert has said that probably irked Steven Jackson's responses, people.
So, Gil, by your estimation, how many players have Jordan skill in this current NBA?
If we just do raw, all we can go off is just the metrics of their agility, speed, and then their jumping ability, height, and attributes. That's all we can go off of. How you use it is very... So as a shooting guard, like who we're talking about? You're talking about somebody like DeRozan, James Harden. You're talking about PG, Zach LaVine. Fucking Monk can go up in there. Like it's a normal thing. 40-inch verticals. That wasn't a thing back then.
But you're talking about guys with a mix of both, I think, as far as talent and skill. DeRozan, all those guys have a mix of both. They hit the midi. They can do things, but they're also uber athletic.
That's what I said. He didn't have Uber. Like you're talking about Reggie Miller's, Joe Dumars. Like these guys.
They're not athletic at all.
You know what I mean? If we really want to have this discussion about Jordan's competition, just go to top 5 shooting guards in history. He didn't play against any of them.
Morning, world. Good morning from Stack Locker.
And this is Steve Jackson seemingly responding to that Gilbert Arenas comment.
Stack Locker, say free game. There's too many scorers talking right now. They're not hoopers. There's a difference between scorers and hoopers, right? You got people that can score points, and like you give them the credit. Scoring points in the NBA is a hard job. A lot of us average 20 a year, right? I averaged 20 a couple of years.
No, you didn't.
But scores are not hoopers to us. Hoopers play on both ends. Hoopers compete, they play defense, they score, and they go down there to stop their man, and they win, right? Everybody in hoopers. It's a lot of players that came through the NBA that could score points that didn't have long careers. It's just the truth. But everybody's not a hooper. A lot of your favorite scorers were scary. They were soft. They didn't compete on defense. They didn't try to stop nobody. And they didn't make nobody better. And they didn't win shit. And they was never on the team when their team was #1 defensive team in the league. Big difference between hoopers and scorers. I respect hoopers.
So if you
Oh, I like that. All right, I'm glad I heard that. I like that. Okay, Steven Jackson.
That was around association, keeping us up with the latest bochinche in the NBA.
I'll take that.
Will you? I thought you would. I thought
take that. I will take that. I'll take that. I like. I like that. I'll take that.
Okay, I thought you would because
I'll take that.
He's leaving a lot of guys out.
Yeah.
What do you feel? What did you like about Stack? Because it's hot and cold with him. You either agree with him.
Yeah, man. First of all, let me say this first. Let me get my Stephen A on. Highly intelligent dude. Love what he does. Have always been a fan of All the Smoke. Right, that was I fell in love with All the Smoke when it first dropped. Right, every Thursday locked in to All the Smoke because I want to see what's going down. Right,
during the pandemic.
Come on now, they saved us. But I will say this: sometimes
they got classics.
Oh, for sure. They have Kobe Bryant's last interview he ever did. They got Bean's last interview he ever did. And at this point, you kind of name it, they've sat down with Stack and Matt Barnes. Very few could you name right now and be like, he didn't. Did Jay-Z do it yet? No. Did Kendrick Lamar do it yet? No. Drake? No. And I just named a bunch of entertainers.
I don't want them to, yeah.
Right, but I'm just saying they've broadened what they do to basketball, football, entertainment, athletes, they've broadened their scope. So
to wrap that in a bowl, my favorite that I can off the top of my head is Kobe Bryant. Fuck Dale Harris, by the way.
Yes.
For benching Kobe Bryant for 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Pierce stands out and Tim Thomas stands out. Because it's just it sounds like I'm sitting next to hoopers, as Stevie Jackson put it, the way they intended it to be.
Right.
That's what it sounds like. All right. I can't ever give that off.
Right.
That sounds like a lot of bravado. I've been there. And forget all that. The way Paul Pierce talks about playing at Kansas, the way Tim Thomas talked about killing in high school, being a #1 player, killing in Jersey. Rip Hamilton played over here. Kobe wasn't even #1 yet, but it was me, Rip Hamilton, Kobe on the same team. In high school, it's like, that's crazy.
Crazy. See, the ones that stand out to me, obviously, Bean, Steph Curry's interview was amazing, I thought, and Rod Strickland. Rod sat down with them, and I thought Rod's conversation was, and that's
Rod is very PC.
That's a favorite. Yeah. Like that's like you ask me my favorite top 5 point guards all time. Rod is in that list for me all day.
So they're the hoopers. What stood out to you about Stephen Jackson saying that and basically like doubling down on what we're saying, what we like, and what Gilbert Arenas is supposed to be?
But because think about this, bro. Down to the basketball, it's bare bone, right? When we started playing the game of basketball in the park or in our backyards or in the street with the garbage can, right? If you hit a shot or you missed a shot and the opposing team got the rebound, you were trying to get the ball back. You were trying to stop Bobby from scoring. I was trying to stop Ray from scoring, right? And then when I get the ball back, I'm trying to get a bucket. My point is that down to the biddies when we was kids, you were encouraged to play defense. It was a part of the game. Putting the ball in the basket is the name of the game. That's how you win. But part of winning is stopping you from putting the ball in the basket so I can have more points than you. It's simple.
Right.
But when we get to this professional level on, teams, who's better at what, who's a specialist, the coach is evaluating you're better at defense than I am, Ray. So now there's all of these tiers. There's all of these put guys in the right position. All of that. Steven Jackson hit that shit right on the head in terms of what a hooper is. A hooper ain't just a guy that's going to put the ball in the basket. A hooper is a guy who is going to put the ball in the basket, have multiple ways to put the ball in the basket, and gives a damn about stopping you. Gil was never that. Ever in his career, ever in his life, he was never that. And so when you speak from a position of, you know, I heard him talking about, you know, Mike being light years better than Kobe. Like, I wholeheartedly disagree with Mike being better than Kobe. I feel like Kobe was better than Mike. And, you know, we had that conversation whenever. But the big part of it was everybody leans on the fact that Kobe had to work to become great. Who the hell ever was handed greatness in their hands and didn't have to work for it? Like, he gets killed for having to work. I just heard 50 Cent said, I'm the Kobe of rap. Because when I came into rap, I didn't know how to rap. I had to figure it out. And although I understand what he was trying to say, that was a false narrative. That was a false parallel, nigga. Stop acting like Kobe Bryant didn't come out of high school to be a pro. Okay, he didn't hit the ground running like a LeBron James. I won't say that. But
I think that's what he means, though. I think that's what he means. Though. Like, that was a great analogy. I think. Like, if Pac is Jordan, 50 is Kobe. Learning at 27, 25 years old, 20. I liked it. Because Kobe didn't come out the womb, LeBron. He's not the chosen one.
I just don't feel like it's almost an indictment on Kobe Bryant that he had to work to be great. Half of these guys can't maintain greatness because they don't work hard. Some of these guys are just gifted and talented, but the gift and talent will leave you because you don't work your ass off.
So what about just what he's saying? It sounds like that's what you have to do what Steven Jackson is talking about, and not be this voice box of someone that was not that. You didn't focus on defense like that and talk to Gary Payton at the All-Star game how to learn a new defensive move, and these things are just like, oh, this is dope. This is dope. It's fire.
You lean on the fact that you dropped 60 on Kobe in Dolce & Gabbana sneakers. Awesome. That is your shining moment as a person. Forget an NBA player, as a person. And if I dropped 60 on Kobe, I would lean on that. I would tell my grandchildren, my great-grands, right? So I get it. But let's not forget Kobe Bryant had 45 that night. Let's not forget that was a tight one. I think it went to overtime even.
Overtime in LA.
Right. So, like, we're not talking about this was a walk in the park. You had a great night, but you didn't stop nobody. And I think that's where he gets away with being able to talk how he want to talk, because I don't ever see it. I'm not committed to watching them, but I never see him challenged on, well, Gil, you were a great scorer for the 3-year stretch. What the fuck was you doing on the defensive end? Kenyon Martin is up there. He's a defender. I wouldn't call Brandon Jennings or anybody else up there, but you have Kenyon Martin up there as a regular. The way Rashard McCants got on the floor was be playing defense. Why don't they ever challenge him about who he was as a complete player and not just a guy who scored the ball?
But I don't even think that matters, because then I'll be contradicting myself. I don't care what you did. How were you talking about the game right now? Again, going back to that, in real time, I had to respond to that. We were live, and I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. Clyde Drexler has every right in the world to be in any top 5 two-guard conversation. He just does.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think he was a one-handed bandit when I was a kid. Guess what? As I got older, I was watching footage. Like, he was going left. He was yamming it on you. He went to 2 finals. Who was his second best player? Clifford Robinson was good. Don't get me wrong. Terry Porter was good. Nice piece. But he's still the lead dog. Right. Jerome Kersey, just, we don't talk about the 0-0 over there, but he was the big body over there. That's who he carried. God bless. But Mitch Richmond.
Damn. Duck, Kersey, and Uncle Cliff not here.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, go ahead. I just thought about, we were talking about that Blazer team. I was like, damn. Like,
God bless Psycho Sid passed away last week.
Yeah,
Man. Like
yeah. Rest in peace.
our child is just
crazy.
But
rest in peace, Fat Man Scoop. We bugging.
Fat Man Scoop. Oh no, that was crazy.
Bugging.
That's crazy. God bless Fat Man Scoop, his family, man. New York City legend. I don't know if they play his songs in LA parties, but he's just, come on, man, iconic. He's part of the party. You got a $50 bill, throw your hands up. You got a fake ass weed, throw your hands up.
Single ladies, I can't hear y'all. Single ladies, make noise. All the chicken heads, be quiet.
Go. And just, I don't want
to. Chill. We'll get my bag, man. Chill. Live like this before.
What?
Chill. We going crazy. Chill. Yeah, we dropped the ball. We should have did a Fat Man Scoop tribute at the beginning. We sorry, y'all. We dropped it. So good.
We got time.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mitch Richmond, Spreewell, he's not gonna be overly skilled, didn't go left. Like there's guys, Isaiah Ryder, these guys, it was coming to Jordan was ahead of his time. Gotta give him that. So was LeBron James when they be D riding, meat riding all day long. Some guys are ahead of Wemby right now looks like he's ahead of his time. It happens. Giannis looks like he's ahead of his time. He has to work on all that. It just happens. Certain rule changes, maybe the era where a lot more money was in the street. They didn't make it to the league. Like I always tell Dom in the 60s and 70s, a lot of guys that you think of, that talent pool will be different. I just don't like it because a lot of them guys yesterday couldn't play today. A lot of the guys today couldn't play back then. But what Steven Jackson is talking about is a professional. If you're a professional, you're a specialist. You're a scorer. Being a scorer is a specialist. A specialist. You got one job, it's to score. You go sit down. Gilbert Arenas, you're a scoring specialist. And that's what you were saying. What else did you do? And to speak from that as if that ain't supposed to be the way the game is played. Like I love when Gilbert Arenas will say, damn, and they hit me going across the baseline. The center came across the baseline just and ran and yacked me. Kenyon stopped him. He goes, yeah, you fed the big man the ball next time, huh? He left you. He got you clothesline, bro. You ain't doing your job on the other end. That's the problem.
He didn't call that screen out while you was running the baseline. You set your ass right down by that.
Right.
basket.
No, that's what he said. That's what he said. The big man didn't call out that screen. If he let you get lined right up, just like football. That quarterback will line you up. Your teammates will line you up. So that's missing. That doesn't happen today. Not really. It's too fast. It's too, you can't touch me.
But that's it. What did I talk? I talked to you about this the other day, right? Like normally, like even as a youngster, we are taught bump the cutter. The cutter's coming through the lane, bump him to take him off of his straight line path. He can't get a straight line path to the spot that he wants to get to and get a clean catch. No, bump him, take him off his rocker, move him off his spot, slow him down. If you're running full speed and I bump you, you're gonna slow down. And now that gives the defender who's on my team an opportunity to get back into play if he's already getting beat backdoor, if he's getting beat by the cut. Like that was what was preached. Nowadays, you bump the cutter, he's going to the line.
Yeah, and Gil, you killing the game already. I don't mind him going crazy like this because it is what it is. Some of it he defends on his own show, and come on, he's good with Arenas. He's the man right now. He's close to Shannon Sharpenham. I don't know anybody else who can touch that third rail like he has been. Talking about African people, talking about European people. He goes international, Holmes.
He's a panderer, though. He's a panderer.
1,000%. So, and you don't like it.
I just don't like that he panders to today's generation. He does a lot of it, and he's leading them astray. He's not a guy like that in the position that he's in. Should be holding people accountable. Should be teaching the game more. Like this guy, you know what I always say, bro. There's a balance between talking the game, being a hooper, and the entertainment aspect of it. And for me, a lot of these guys get caught up in the entertainment aspect of it, aside from the authenticity part, which they could knock out the park without even thinking. They was there, long tenured careers, been in professional locker rooms, been around pros, been around professional coaches, know how these GMs work, know how the owners work. Like, they got a wealth of knowledge to be doing goofy shit that the way they do with the entertainment side of it. Teach us. Teach us. There's so many casual fans out here who think that they can talk the game now because Gil panders to that side. You ain't got to know the game. Just come and sit and talk. We don't care. That's not right.
That's what made me not like that word hooper, because that ball don't stop. Because I'm like, bro, you're just throwing a name out. This guy's a real hooper, and you don't sound like you know what you're talking about. I'm not really learning. You're just saying a name and just going because I said so. That's part of the problem. The because I said so attitude. No, I don't understand what you're saying. And I guess it went over my head. I don't know. Oh, sorry. If I played ball, it went over my head. Nah, I don't want to hear that. But he's not flammable like this without doing all that. And it's unfortunate. I think it says more about us. It says more about our technology. It says more about how this computer system and the phone is all our DNA, and it's our DNA. If you're watching sports, Gilbert Arenas is now linked to your DNA because he's going to say anything and he will pop up on your feed. Unfortunately,
Dwight Howard, it's not even close between Dwight Howard and Patrick Ewing.
You want to go to that next, or
we can? He said it's not even close. What? That's what I mean about pandering to the next generation. Not only did he say that, but Dwight Howard is sitting right in front of him. So now I get, my favorite word. Like, you reverse cowgirling right now, bro. What we doing?
Well, he's doing I'm gonna do the Stephen A right now. I'm gonna lead with love. So he's kissing his ass to pull him into his argument. Like he's slick with it. He thinks that's why Rashawn McCants a lot of times will give him pushback. Like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? I'll be the one to push back on you. It's just that he happens to agree with the whole skill thing. When they agree, that's what you see. But when they don't, Rashad is the one pushing it back, and he's grown. He's grown on me. Like, where it's just like, I'm agreeing with this dude. That's how bad Gilbert is. You leave Rashad no choice but to say some truth.
Tell me, Ray.
Yeah.
Tell me, if you had to formulate an argument, because I know you don't believe it either. You don't believe Dwight Howard is light years better than Patrick Ewing. You don't believe that. I ain't going to speak for you. I'm going to let you answer that. You feel like Dwight Howard is light years better than Patrick Ewing?
No.
This is head and shoulders. It's like not even the same conversation.
No.
Okay. And it's not saying in reverse, because people think because I said, how dare they say that, it means that Patrick Ewing is light years better than Dwight. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, don't do that. That's not the hill you want to die on.
Well, apparently it's the hill Gilbert Arenas wants to die on.
25. You left Dwight out. He was better than Patrick Ewing. It's not even close. If you took the names off the stats, you would think this was goddamn Patrick Ewing the way you blow him up. And that's how you know the wrong people are voting.
Shaq even said it.
You got niggas who ain't even in locker rooms. They don't know no scouting reports. They don't know nothing, but they're voting on a game they see with their eyes. That's like being on an airplane, stewardess, grading the pilot.
Why?
You here with us serving peanuts, motherfucker. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're talking about. You on air control. You don't know nothing because the door's closed.
Yeah.
Top 75. You left Dwight out.
Man, these takes. Go back. Let me read what I said, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
People. I thought you highlighted it for me so I could give it to the people.
This is Flea in an actual response. He's gonna give you not an AI voice, but the real actual Flea in response to
Man, these takes just get more and more disappointing from guys that actually hooped on a high level. The pandering to the new generation is disgusting, and Gil continues to embarrass himself. This is not innovative. It's embarrassing. There's not a soul on the face of this earth that can explain how a prime Dwight Howard is better than a prime Patrick Ewing. I dare one of you casuals to try. Shaking my damn head.
You heard the man. Hold on, you even told me my mic was
I just heard it now.
trash right now.
I just heard it. I
I'm about
just
to
heard it.
right now. Oh, now they watch this, watch this. Way better. No?
Yeah, you good now.
Thanks, Philly.
Yo, yeah, you perfect. Yeah.
I will say this. I told you so. You specifically, Flea. I told you so.
You did.
What
You
am I
did.
talking about? You know what I'm talking about.
What you got for me?
Go back to the Olympic teams.
Okay.
They keep telling me Dwight Howard this, Dwight Howard that. AD this, AD that. David Robinson and Patrick Ewing will look at y'all as food. You telling me that right there, now that I got you here, I'm pulling the Gilbert Arenas on you.
Yeah, go ahead.
For him to say Dwight Howard is light years ahead, it's like, do you understand that Dwight Howard got to go actually try to score on him? And Patrick Ewing might laugh at him. The only thing he got is alley-oops, and that's it. Because once they're down court.
But see, that's a skill. Like, I know Dwight's jump hook left or right was garbage. Dwight came down here and spent $100,000 to work with Dream, right? Because just Dwight wasn't offensively gifted in terms of moves. But what I'm talking about is a skill. Rim running and being a lob threat is a skill, bro. It's a skill. Throw it at the rim and get the fuck out the way.
He got that over Ewing, right?
Like, that lob threat is
a threat.
It creates so much. You have to account for where he is at all times. Because Jameer was doing like this, not even looking. Turkoglu was doing like this and wasn't even looking. Rashard Lewis was camping out in the corner because he knew he would get wide open threes all game long because they had to find him when he was roaming that paint. So it's a skill.
Not saying it's not. That is his skill on offense. But you are limited. So we did this with Draymond. Hey, Draymond, where do you think you would land in that 2000s power forward list? Hey, Dwight Howard, where do you think you would land in the 90s centers list? You're going to be a lob threat, defensive player of the year. I don't even know if you're truly fundamentally sound on defense. David Robinson and Patrick Ewing might feast on you, pump faking you. You didn't guard nobody like that. We got to keep this 1,000. Dwight Howard.
He rim protected, right? Probably one of the best rim protectors we've ever seen in terms of if you get around that paint, Dwight is sending your shit out of bounds. A lot of times.
Them Georgetown centers are putting him on the block.
Deep. Patrick.
Mutombo might score on you. And his bum ass on offense.
And that's why I felt like it was like blatant disrespect. Gil is amazed by how athletic Dwight was. And to be quite honest with you, prime, and we like go find a 50-year-old, 50 and up. Prime David Robinson would give Dwight Howard a run for his money in terms of athleticism. Forget game, because David usurps Dwight in terms of game. But
in terms of skill, in terms of the skill that they talk about.
Right. Like athleticism, because that's what blows everybody away about Dwight. Man, David Robinson was right there.
I didn't see Dwight Howard run down full court after his steal, dodging Mike. I didn't see Dwight do all that, man. Out of high school, he didn't have the fundamentals. You could pump fake Dwight Howard out of position. He was a great defender. Do not get me wrong.
Early. He wasn't disciplined early.
He's smacking stuff out of bounds. Yeah, it's all fun. It's not fun in games, bro. These centers were not playing with you. That's the thing to me that kills me. Like that's why you're saying light years ahead. Wait a minute. Ewing was skilled.
One of the first bigs to stretch it, right? One of them. What did we used to get mad at Patrick Ewing about as Knicks fans? Patrick, stop falling in love with that jump shot. That
black hole.
15-footer.
20 seconds.
He can knock it. He can knock it. But Pat, when you attack the basket, you are David, Dream, Shaq. You are those guys when you attack the rim.
You talking about Rick Smits, But these guys were skilled, bro. What was Dwight Howard? They might feast on you. Like it's and you didn't play in an era that was dominated by skilled centers. So if you talk, they keep talking about skills, please. And this is perfect. Oh my God. They keep talking about lack of skills. Y'all didn't have skills. Y'all didn't have skills. Y'all big man didn't have the skills. You keep talking about Joker because okay, great. Nobody could pass like that, shoot like that, and run an offense like that. Ever in history, that consistently, nobody did it. But if we're talking about this super dominant Dwight Howard athlete, they will feast on him, bro. Robert Parrish might feast on him in the 80s.
Bro, think about this. We just talked about Mark Price, right? Brad Daugherty is a #1 pick and was damn good. Not a little bit. Brad was an all-star, perennial all-star level type player. Before Brad had that bad knee injury, got hurt, man, please. Brad Daugherty was one of them ones, man.
That's what they were drafting. They were drafting you, Dwight Howard. They were looking at you in high school, scout you, get you in training to mold you into one of them. That was basic to me, if you want to be real.
Who was the better comparison is this. Dwight Howard and Alonzo Mourning. Same height, because Dwight is not a legit 7-footer, and neither is Zoe.
6'10".
Same heights.
Dwight Howard might be 6'9".
Maybe.
The way he was Kevin Durant towers over a lot of guys, man.
When Dwight was standing next to JaVale McGee and Anthony Davis back when he was with LA, I was like, damn, Dwight damn sure ain't 7 feet. Hell no.
See, that's defensively. That's my argument about Floyd, and you can't take away points from it because it's his era. The Floyd Mayweather in boxing, all I could do is fight what was in front of me for the most part, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you were in the 80s, that's the creme de la creme of that weight when you went up to welterweight and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Alonzo Mourning was battling the creme de la creme, my brother.
Come on, Zoe came in. People
might laugh at you, Dwight.
People forget. It was 1-2, right? It was Shaq and Zoe. Zoe went 2. It was Shaq
in '92 draft.
Shaq #1, Zoe 2. But people forget that Zoe came in right behind Shaq. Like he was right there with him rookie year. They came up together. And so that's a gauntlet, bro. That's a gauntlet of bigs, man.
Okay, Alonzo Mourning has to guard different variations of centers.
Different types.
It's finesse type, all of that. You also have to try to score on those kind of centers. Dwight Howard couldn't even dominate offensively, really. All you got is the alley-oops. And they used to take you out of games to really get that offense going because they were ahead of their time. They used to take Dwight out of games to get the offense going, if we're being real.
But see, here's the thing, Fabe, and big shout out to my man Simon. I'm not going to take because he was spot on with this because that's my brother. I called him cussing earlier because they disrespected my guy Pat. But he reminded me that, like, in the time of Dwight's ascension, they weren't giving bigs post touches anymore. Right? They weren't coming down and saying, hey, we got to play inside out. Right? Like, even that team that he came up under that was a finals team in year 5. Everybody remember that. In year 4, Dwight was in the finals. Year 4 or 5. That's big stuff. I know we talking Dwight. That's huge stuff right there. But what I'm saying is the approach to offense was starting to change, right? There's still Zebo, Pau Gasol, a Bynum, all of those guys that still got post touches. Duncan, even the post touch even kind of changed for Duncan once Tony Parker and Ginobili started to ascend, right? So they stopped giving it to Duncan with his back to the basket. Go get it. Like, right, he could do it, but it wasn't what their offense was surrounded in, especially having Tony Parker, fast as lightning, and Manu, who could get any kind of basket he want. What I'm saying is, by that 2010 era, you didn't have a guy throwing it down to the block and saying, we got to get a post touch before anybody else touches the rock. So now that doesn't even incentivize Dwight to work on his game. I remember watching Dwight. My best friend is an Orlando Magic fanatic. And all we used to talk about was Dwight got to work on his offensive game. But then again, this is the same guy who averaged 22 points off of lobs. Just off of lobs and putbacks, he averaged 22. So imagine him having a package, him having an offensive package, right? Imagine that. I always thought Dwight was dominant enough to average 30.
Yeah. Because when you mentioned he went to Hakeem Olajuwon, that's one of the guys I go to. I go and did what? When Giannis went there last year, I was like, I don't care. Even though he has proven me wrong. Dwight is one of those guys where I go.
3 weeks into the season, Fabian was like, all right, I was wrong about that. My bad.
A month into it. It was December, and I called you up. I said, yo, I've never seen him finish at the basket like this. His footwork is amazing. He's not traveling to get a layup. That's crazy. It looks sick. It looks sick. Yeah. I'm sorry, Hakeem Olajuwon. And you should thank Giannis. You should not charge Giannis, because you should charge Dwight Howard $1 billion for ruining your name like that. What was that? But come on, man. You went to Dwight. Well, you went to Hakeem Olajuwon for what reason?
Well, Dwight's fluidity, like the fluidity of how he moved, didn't put him in a favorable position to get easy baskets. He was getting, like I said, he was getting lob threats. That's 10 to 15 points a game just off of rolling, and you're bigger and stronger than everybody, right? But then there were times where he got the ball and he had that bullshit left hook or that bullshit right hand hook that was garbage, but he went to it sometimes and it worked, right? I would love to see what was Dwight's career high in free throws attempted per game. Like how many
for a season?
For a season. Not total. I'm talking about per game. You know, was he getting to the line 10 times a game? I'm trying to remember because he wasn't a great.
Yeah. From 2000, the 07-08 season until 2011-2012, he was averaging in total. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. They're failing me. But 10.9, which is 11. Oh, there it goes. Thank you. He averaged 10.8 rebounds in total, and each season was 10.9, 10.7, 10, 11.7,
talking about
10.6.
Free throws, right? Per game.
Free throw attempts per game.
Okay, so that's double digit free throws per game, but he was a dog shit free throw shooter.
Right.
So
where the Shaq comparisons came from.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. For a guy like that, you probably could have averaged 30. Easy.
My brother called me up like, oh, Dwight was the new Shaq. I said, don't ever in your life call me to tell me about some Dwight Howard game and compare him to Shaq. There's nothing you could have done with Shaq. He changed the rules for Shaq. They're not going to change the rules for Dwight Howard, bro. Don't
Absolutely
ever in your life forget
Absolutely
that.
Not.
That's Shaq.
Absolutely not.
By the way, Steven Jackson did average 20 points in 3 different seasons.
No.
He did. I just
You're
looked
rounding.
it up.
You're rounding. I know you're rounding.
I'm not rounding. I'm not rounding.
Here we go. You're rounding. And what is the qualifier? Because the only season that comes to mind is as a Bobcat. The other time was in Atlanta. He might have averaged 19.6 or some shit like that.
Nope.
Let me
Steven
see.
Jackson, 20.1, 20.7.
Move over.
And that's with Golden State. Back-to-back years with Golden State.
Now that's 1 year.
And
that's total.
No, that's 2 years. This is
that's
2 years. The total is right here. This total is this. That's the total for the Charlotte Golden State years.
That's Charlotte.
So he averaged. So that's 3 years.
What I remember. So I remember Charlotte. Okay.
So 3 years in a row, he averaged 20.
I stand corrected. I ain't mad. I'll walk it back.
He did his thing. That is an arch nemesis. You agree with him. You disagree with him. Now you're back to agree with him.
Nah, I stand corrected on the averaging 20 a night. Like average 20 a night in the NBA is not easy. I know he did it as a Bobcat. I wasn't sure about Golden State, but hey, I'll absolutely stand corrected on that. You know, I ain't got no problem being wrong, but that doesn't mean that you're Ray Allen. That doesn't mean by any means that you're Ray Allen. By any means. There's too many things we attach to Ray Allen. Ray Allen is one of the best shooters of all time. Ray Allen is one of the best 2 guards of all time. When we start talking about that position, when we talk about the art of shooting, when we talk about championship level pedigree type shit, like, yeah, Stack got that. He got one on a team that was rolling, right? That was a great team. So I don't think, yeah, they win because of Stack is an addition. Boston wins because of KG Pearson and Ray Allen.
Oh yeah, he's a huge piece.
But I think
he's a huge piece to the Spurs, bro. I don't think they win without him.
He was a big piece. He had from the Western Conference Finals on, he was amazing.
Stack's game was the game that you hated because it's like, why is he nice with the old man moves? His crossover was so like wickedly ugly. That cross, I forgot who it was, Kerry Kittles or somebody who got him in the finals, but he whammed him. I was like, that was the ugliest crossover I've ever seen, but it worked. Jesus Christ.
Kerry was good. Kerry didn't have nothing for Stack though.
Yeah, Kerry was better than Stack, for being real. Yeah.
But Stack is a unique player. Stack's 6'8", right? Stack's 6'7", 6'8". Stack is built like a cornerback. He's built like a DB. He wasn't a little guy in the NBA. He has size, right? And he could guard multiple positions. So you could throw multiple positions.
He guarded Dirk. He's the one who burnt Dirk out with the We Believe Warriors. So there's a lot to him that I think if you trade him for Ray Allen with those Spurs teams, you could trade Ginobili and Stack at that point for Ray Allen. 04, that's a different kind of lineup.
It's different.
Yeah, that's a different lineup.
You adding
he makes the game easier. Yeah,
you adding 25 points a night to the team. You adding a 40% 3-point shooter to the team. You add in a guy that you cannot leave open on the team. At that stage of Ray Allen's career, please.
You're missing another piece defensively, but the point is that it would have been ill to see Ray Allen with Tim Duncan.
And I don't think Ray was garbage on defense.
He was tough.
He was not as demonstrative as a Kobe Bryant, as a Ron, as a Kawhi, as a Draymond. I'm talking about, they out there defending. But Ray wasn't no cone.
Nah.
Why do you think Kobe Bryant loved to compete against Ray Allen? It's not because he was food, even though he killed him. But you know what I'm saying? He's a competitor. He was a great competitor. So with all that being said, Stack, you was never as good as Ray. And I just paid you a lot of homage, but you was never as good as Ray.
But he's sneakily underrated.
Yes.
The way he talks, people will be like, he wasn't even nice like that. And then you have to watch and go, wait a minute. And at least you can take your words back. Our girl who needs to take her words back and learn how to retract the retraction.
Great segue. Great segue, Ray.
Cheryl Swoops is getting flamed on these internet streets.
Where's our
I don't
names?
feel bad.
Where's our names? Why we ain't got no names up? Like, what's going on?
Oh, I hate doing that.
They know us by now.
Yeah, but maybe you're right.
They know us by now.
I haven't done it in so long, I don't even know how to do it. I'm looking for it now. I think it's up here. Is that satisfactory, my brother?
Yeah, and last thing, do we got to get our factor on today, tomorrow, next week?
Next rehab once a week, and we killed it. By the way, I told you about offline.
You killed it.
She's having a bad week, man. It's a bad 2 days. They're ganging up online. She's very defensive.
But this
KFC from Barstool.
This will uplift her platform now.
It already has. It already has. Sometimes you gotta be strong and wrong, baby. Sometimes you gotta be strong and wrong, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that,
Basketball
Cheryl.
legend Cheryl Swoops hates Caitlin Clark so much she is letting it ruin her professional career and her personal relationships. It is wild. Like many of the older women's basketball legends, she tries to diminish Caitlin Clark at every turn, specifically saying that Caitlin only broke the college record because she was a fifth-year senior and because she takes 40 shots a game. When that, of course, was absolutely proven wrong. She was only a four-year senior, only took about 20 shots a game. She immediately texted Caitlin saying this. Of course, Caitlin Clark, being the class act that she always is, replied with this, even though she probably wanted to say, shut the fuck up, you old bitch. Now, fast.
Oh, whoa. KFC, you drinking too much of that Dave Portnoy juice because it wasn't classy for Cheryl Swoops to go contact her in the first place. He contacted Caitlin Clark directly and told her I was wrong. Then you want to come out and see Dave Portnoy, you guys feel very safe in your little white cocoon over there in Barstools. I can't wait for the Roosters to come home on y'all. Y'all play way too much in a game that you don't belong in, if we're being real. You don't come to the park, you don't raise these people, you ain't around them to protect them, none of that. I might have to unfollow him after that, bro. I don't agree with her, but you got Pat McAfee went off, said the same thing about Caitlin. Y'all play too much, man. If Caitlin Clark's pops would have came out and rolled up on Pat McAfee, would you be mad? Not me. If he went to jail for duffing out Pat McAfee's a big dude.
But
y'all gotta chill with this, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Pat played a sport where he done got, like, I don't even got to ask Pat McAfee if he ever got punched in the mouth in his life. I know he has. He played football. At some point during your journey to the NFL, somebody punched you in your mouth because you thought you was tough. So I know he's capable of getting punched in the mouth. But these white boys on Barstool that just run their mouth, talk crazy. Even Portnoy is another kid who's probably got generational wealth passed down to him. He didn't never. I don't know his story, and maybe I might be.
He does. He played baseball. He was trying to be good in baseball. It didn't work out for him. I know your whole story, Dave Portnoy. Been around for 24 years. He built Barstool for 2 decades. I know the story. It took him a while. He grinded this out.
I may be talking out of turn, but my point is, people like that. People like never got punched in the mouth. They never had, and maybe not even in the literal term. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I'm talking literally and I'm talking figuratively too. Like, physically, you never got punched in the mouth to know how to recover from adversity. And then the other side of it too is on the literal sense, like, nobody's put his brand, his company, what they do, how they talk in question. Pat Beverly re-upped. He said, I'm about to re-up. I'm here to stay.
Gilly, Wallow, Pat Bev, at some point y'all gotta step up, man. Cause I ain't even forget the black and white. It's just too loose, bro. You letting these guys run amok. You gotta go into that. You gotta step into the studio one day. Let me talk to you for a second.
Yeah,
somebody gotta go contact Gilly and Wallow on these guys.
Behind me. Right.
Let me finish this up though, because he did explain what happened. I just hope he doesn't say that again, because I'm gonna be disappointed, man. I like KFC. He kills the game in terms of how to include a read in your shorts, but I didn't like that.
Forward to last week, Cheryl Swoops on her podcast talks about the Indiana Fever and mentions every other player by name and refuses to bring up Caitlin Clark, which isn't the end of the world, but it's obvious and it's deliberate and it's an agenda and it's petty. So Stephen A. Smith brings it up on his show.
You know basketball. There is no way in hell you just accidentally left Caitlin Clark's name out.
Swoops replied with this tweet basically saying it is personal for her and then was removed from an ESPN broadcast of a Caitlin Clark game. She says she was never supposed to be on that game. I don't know if I believe that. Nancy Lieberman then went on Stephen A. Smith and said her relationship with Cheryl's done.
I've known Cheryl. I've coached her, have a lot of respect for her. And I called her as a friend and I said, you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. Our relationship's not happening at this point.
Imagine jeopardizing your career, losing lifelong friends, and becoming a distraction, all because someone's good at basketball. Women's
just being wrong like you are. And Cheryl Swoops, she didn't miss all this. She took advantage, I believe, Flea. And she decided, I'm going to go on Twitter Spaces and respond to all of these things.
what he posted on his podcast. And I said, please bring me on your show. He didn't respond. I think he blocked me, which is cool. He didn't respond. But then yesterday you go and bring Nancy Lieberman on your show. But let me clear up a couple of things, because I was only contracted to do 7 games for the Dallas Wings. So everyone thinks that I was replaced for doing the Indiana Fever game, when the reality is last week I told the producer that I could not do the Indiana Fever game because of a prior commitment, but also because there's nothing I can say that's going to be right. So as a commentator and analyst, I got to be able to speak positive things, good things, but I also got to be able to critique, because I do that to everybody. They then said that I was silent for 50 seconds. Don't know who had the time to time that, but I was silent for 50 seconds on a game I did, Las Vegas Aces versus Dallas Wings, when it had nothing to do with Caitlin. So for people who don't know, I'm a color analyst, not play-by-play. So my play-by-play guy, Ron Thulin, he had a graphic. He was supposed to read the graphic. He read it, said Caitlin Clark was player of the week, and Nafisa Collier was player of the week. You're going to get a chance to see both of them. They're coming in town to play. That was it. That's what he was supposed to say. I was not supposed to comment, didn't have to comment. Now, if he would have said, Cheryl, what are your thoughts on Caitlin being player of the week? What are your thoughts on Nafisa being player of the week? And then if I don't respond, then that's a bad look. But that wasn't how that happened. So the other part of that is everyone's mad, or her people are mad that I didn't say anything about it when I wasn't supposed to, but yet didn't have an issue with me not saying anything about Nafisa Collier. But her saying on the Stephen A. Smith show yesterday that she was on her treadmill working out, I don't know if she was or not, because I'm not in the room with Nancy, but what I do know didn't happen was a phone call from her. Nancy Lieberman decided she was going to be upset that I said it was going to be an adjustment period for Caitlin, Angel, all the rookies, but in particular Caitlin, and that I didn't think she would come in the league and dominate right away. It's my opinion. So she got upset that I said that. So she decided she was going to go to Twitter, which is what people do. She was going to go to Twitter and try to call me out. And I don't have it, but it's somewhere out there in the universe where she actually posted, oh, why can't we just let them be great? Let me introduce you to Caitlin Clark. And so she had to go on and put all the stuff about what Caitlin had.
All right, we'll get the gist of that. Even though that was 3 minutes. Thanks for holding on, guys. A lot of drama. I think we're in agreement about Cheryl Swoops just being off about Caitlin Clark. I think you're walking back out of. I see Shannon Sharp going bananas too, calling out his ESPN colleagues about their stands, which was similar to Cheryl Swoops, which is where this is coming from. But what's your response in general to what you're hearing, even to Caitlin Clark's Rookie of the Year, everything in general?
I was triggered because I thought I was hearing my ex-wife not be accountable. But anyway, like, it's just the typical, like I don't understand. People, like, forget the basketball. Let me get on my soapbox for a second, bro. Forget that. Like, that is typical behavior of not just a sister, because I'm not trying to, that was funny. I was just being funny. But the fact remains that everybody leans into ego, bro. Every time you get an opportunity to lean into your ego and not walk it back. I just said Steven Jackson didn't average 20 points a game for 3 seasons. You did the research, pulled it up, and showed me I was dead wrong. And in real time, I said, yo, bro, I'm wrong. This girl, this woman has elevated a team that has not been above 500 in the 2020s. I know that the last 4 years seem like 10 years, y'all. These last 4 years since COVID hit seem like a decade. But the fact remains, she has that Indiana Fever team hasn't been over 500 since she walked through the door. They just got above 500 last night because of her play, right? Kelsey Mitchell has been amazing. Aaliyah Boston is great. Their coach over there, I can't call her name right now. She's doing a hell of a job.
For the Fever?
For the Fever, yes. I want to call her name because I want to be respectful. But this whole thing about
Christy Sides?
Oh, Christy Sides is doing a hell of a job. My thing is, if you know you're wrong, you can walk back and say, yo, I was dead wrong about that girl. She is amazing. She's playing great basketball. She's one of the best players in the league right now. Like right now, currently playing, is one of the best players in the league right now. She surprised the hell out of me. I can't wait to see what she brings for the rest of her career. You could do that right now, and this goes away. But you leaning into, and I'm back on my bullshit. You leaning into being a sister that's wrong, and I'm gonna just lean into being wrong instead of like, okay, hold on, let me take a breath. All of that Twitter Spaces shit sounded like she was trying to victimize herself for a minute. While I was quiet for 50 seconds during the play. That's your job. You're covering the game. You can't have a bunch of dead air when you are covering a live game. And if you don't know that, don't be a color girl. Don't be a color woman. Excuse me. Don't do it. Like at some point, bro, like we got to start taking accountability instead of leaning into pride and ego. Just say, yo, I was wrong about this young lady. She's the real deal. I can't wait to get and work with her. I see some stuff that I could give her that's going to add to her back because she could be one of the greatest of all time. I can't wait to work with her. That type of thing. That just goes back to what I was saying, and I'm gonna give it to you, bro. Like this just goes back to what I was saying. This disconnect between the older generation and the younger generation, and it goes for men, and it clearly is going for the women's game too. It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. It's taken away from how great everybody could be. It's just taken away, and it's doing exactly what people love to lean into, like this. We're gonna pit everybody. Okay, we're gonna put the younger generation against the older generation. We're gonna put blacks against whites. We've been doing that for forever. We're gonna put men against women. Now we've dumbed it down to we're gonna put the black man against the black woman. Like we've got it to where it's literally everybody is against everybody for whatever, however I want to pump my ego. So I'm done with my soapbox, bro. Go cook, man. I'm ready to hear how you see this, because Cheryl Swoops, somebody needs to grab Cheryl Swoops and just say, yo, baby, like, it's okay to walk it back. That's fine.
Yeah. You're not giving into Stephen A and these guys individually. You're giving into your own take. That's what you're taking personal. Like, forget about everybody being right. You got to make it right for yourself. And what you said, everything's so polarizing and becomes tribal. But everybody disagrees. Cheryl Swoops is wrong. I'll tell you that much. There's no two sides of that. I haven't heard anybody defend her at this point, and it's primarily because Caitlin Clark is who I thought she was. That girl, and that little girl when she was at college, she was a young girl to me. My daughter's close to her age. She's a young girl to me. They were in college and said, "Oh, I like her. I love Angel Reese. I love her peoples." Caitlin looks different. I don't know. This looks, and she's a competitor. And I ain't like her playing. She never played big, except she would pout a lot. I know she was 2 technicals away from getting kicked out of a game recently. I don't know if she's gotten there yet, but she has to be careful because they're in the playoff run. Apparently, they're trying to make the playoffs now. Being above 500,
she leads the league in assists, Fabian.
She leads the league in highlights.
She's leading the league in assists. Not only can she shoot it from the parking lot, she's a tough little muck. You know what I'm saying? She's tough. And I'm sitting here watching her yesterday, and I've been invested, right? Since we talked about it at the beginning of the season, I've been invested. I said, I'm going to watch this girl. I'm going to watch how she matures throughout the next couple. And all she's done is just keep getting better. First half of the season, she couldn't stop turning the ball over. This second half, since they came back from the Olympics, if she turned the rock over, yeah, she's still figuring things, but not at the rate where she was sharp, coughing it up.
She looks sharp.
She looks sharp, bro.
Remember, how long was the transition from college to the pros? A week? In all seriousness, what kind of training camp is that? You get a month in the NBA.
They got bumped out of the tournament. Did they make the tournament? I don't know. They got bumped. She went
second to last game.
She went on a press run. The draft. Then the season was right there. Right? The turnaround was super quick. And for us to act like we don't see what's happening, forget the critics. What are we watching right now? all she's done is get better and better. How can we find ways to critique? This young lady is leading the league in rebounds. Two polarizing rookies that we were talking about coming out of college have come in the WNBA and lead in major statistical categories. Caitlin Clark is leading the league in assists. Angel Reese is leading the league in rebounding, and they're rookies.
But that was part of the problem though too. And I know we were laughing about it off air where she's throwing the ball off the backboard and making a big deal out of that because she leads the league in offensive rebounds without her own offensive rebounds, off her own shots. Like she is the Rodman right now out there as a rookie. She's going bananas. But to me, even watching in college, I'm like, I don't think this is close. Caitlin looks clearly like the better ball player. I don't care what park we're in, what court we're on, we're all going to watch Caitlin Clark. She looks like a star. She's a star because she's hitting every basket from half court. We're going to watch that. We just saw with Steph Curry. I had to retract the retraction when I said, damn, Steph Curry's been in our zeitgeist for so long. I just overlooked KD. Like, that wasn't your team. And I had to walk that back. Like, wait a minute. I don't know if Steph Curry's on KD's level. But the point is, he propped himself to that spot by being that skilled and that nice. Caitlin has gotten there. Are we D-Rodding Caitlin? You kind of have to at this point because there was this backlash that Cheryl Swoops was a big voice of. And Angel Reese, bro, you're great at what you do. But it shouldn't be you versus Caitlin as what's the thing anymore? As a rookie of the year? Is that what you're scared to lose? Like, I don't understand Angel Reese stands going too crazy over this and ruining the moment. Once again, there's nothing to really compare anymore.
To come from this in the when they're in college to coming in the league as rookies the same year, to them, like I just said, leading the league in a major statistical category in their respective positions, right? Like, for me, I'd have no issue with them winning co-rookie of the year. I said this offline, but I'm gonna say this now. I would have zero issue with it. Zero issue with it. Because you could like all that what Caitlin Clark is doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that can't, again, that can't put an indictment on Angel Reese and what she's doing is not as big or not as important or not as good. To average a double-double in a grown women's league, tell me the other women in the WNBA right now that are averaging double-doubles. Because I don't know. I would like to know. Who else is on that list with her?
Asia is not?
Well, that's Asia Wilson levels. Levels. You're talking about probably a 3-time, she probably about to win her 3rd MVP in a row. We're talking about a back-to-back champ. We're talking about levels. Angel Reese is not Asia Wilson. I will say that. Let's start having that.
But what you're saying, I don't think, like, I had to walk back when I said I don't think Caitlin Clark will ever be a top 3 player of all time. Maya Moore and them was just too. Candace Parker, that's just too tough of a cover from what I'm seeing as a basketball player, as a basketball fan. I can't go take a strong position and go against you so strongly about, no, she doesn't deserve co-rookie of the year, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like Caitlin Clark came back and she's in control of that team's offense. She's in control of that team in a lot of ways that Angel Reese, you're in control of a certain aspect of the game, but not an entire half.
Well, that's position. That's position. The ball is in Caitlin Clark's hands. The ball is not in Angel Reese's hands because she is not a point guard. So what is she affecting? She's affecting adding extra possessions because she's a hell of an offensive rebounder, right? She's tough, right? And what she's doing can't go discounted. Like, you don't need that on your basketball team. And just because what Caitlin is doing and she's in a completely different position, doing and being asked to do completely different things, shouldn't take away from what type of effect Angel Reese is having on the game, period. Like, I don't have to be Caitlin. I don't have to be Caitlin Clark. I could be Angel Reese. Or I don't have to be Angel Reese. I can be Caitlin Clark. Like, it gives options, right? Everybody can't be a Steph Curry or LeBron James. Everybody can't be that, but I know there's a lot of people right now, undersized bigs. I was an undersized power forward, small forward. I know there's a lot of undersized guys that look at Draymond Green like, I could be Draymond. That look at PJ Tucker and like, I could do what PJ did. Look at Jay Crowder. Oh shit, I could do what Jay Crowder. You know what I'm saying? Like, Angel Reese gives these young girls an opportunity to say, if I rebound, crash the glass, finish around the rim, add extra possessions for my team, I could be a pro one day. I might not be able to shoot from the parking lot like a Caitlin Clark. So you see what I'm saying? Like everybody's not going to be able to be privileged like that. And I don't think Angel Reese should take the short end of the stick all because she plays a different position. At her position, she's dominating. So what does that say?
It says I have another topic if you got 15 more minutes, because that's what the thumbnail says.
I got 15 minutes for you.
I'm 41. So you know it's the off season. There's nothing but chitter chatter, aka bochinche. And you know the best, bochinchero número uno, bochinchero número dos. And you know the big, the most bochinche comes from LA, and former LA star, legend, champion, big mouth Knicks hater, the fake cop, the quack himself,
the fake
Shaq.
cop, and he a doctor.
The quack.
Son getting dinner. What you eating, Pop? Brown. Got you. Brownie for dinner.
So is Shaq.
Brownie for dinner.
So is Shaq. Shaq is eating a brownie too. So am I, Shaq. Don't be offended.
I told his
Shaq has something to say.
I told his fool stop walking around my house with no pants on. He just walks around like he's the man here. Put some pants on.
Shaq got his pants on as he decided to talk about JJ Redick and what he feels like, how he would respond as a player if JJ Redick was his coach.
I don't think I could play for a guy who I just played against 4 or 5 years ago. I don't think I can do it.
He's been out for a bit.
How long?
He retired in 2021.
Yeah, see? 3 years ago. Yeah, I don't know.
But doesn't everybody on that team just look to LeBron, and if LeBron says this is the guy, then everyone kind of falls into line?
Yeah, but in certain situations, you're still going to have to, coaches are supposed to manage the players, manage their emotions, and manage situations. At the beginning, it's always love.
Oh, yeah. Honeymoon stage.
What's going to happen after the first sign of turmoil? If you want to be as great as a coach as you say you want to be, you're going to have to check some players. What's going to happen when you check them and you don't get the response? Or what's your response going to be when you get checked by a guy like that? That's the true test. So he's either going to be around a long time or he's going to have a short window.
Of course, that was our guy, Shaquille O'Neal, as the Dominicanos say, responding to or reacting to basically dismissing JJ Redick as a coach. Flea, how would you feel if you played against someone 4 years ago or 3 years ago, and they're now coaching you, and you're the star on your team? Would you respond like Shaq? Would you feel like Shaq?
No.
Simple answer.
No. Because I'm going to talk about me. And I know as soon as you say something, people attach it to whoever you're talking about. I ain't talking about Shaq. It's talking about me. I respect the game. I respect the purity of the game. I respect that I'm a player, you're a coach. I respect that structure, right? That how that is set up, right? You have a coach on the sideline for a reason. I come from that time where you played and listened and you wanted to soak up knowledge and information, whether he was on the court playing or not. He's guiding and directing you to put you in positions to be successful. Now, is he questioning whether or not he's going to be a good coach or not? All right, that's still up for the debate because we have no clue. But for me to add in how long you've been retired, what kind of experience you had, right. Like, they made the decision for you to be the coach. We want to win. Like, what is the common goal theme right here? You're the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James is a player. Anthony Davis is a player. All the rest of these guys are players. What's the goal? We want to win. So how do we get in a position where we mesh? I respect you, you respect me, and we win together. When you approach it like, oh, well, damn, he just retired. Oh damn, he ain't. Do he know the game? That's when the disconnect happens, and then there's no room for success because there's a lack of respect. So now I don't even respect you. And I expect Shaq to say that. It's Shaquille O'Neal, of course. Surprising because of who his daddy was. It's like, I'm gonna be quiet, but like,
why you say hold on? Don't be quiet.
No, because it just seems like as soon as his dad passed away, whenever that was, it seems like he started bugging, just saying whatever he wants, start wilding, talking crazy, all of this. Like, I could be wrong, but just be running his mouth too much. And when Sarge was around, it was always respect. It was always, I ain't gonna disrespect Kareem. I'm gonna just show him that I could win. I ain't gonna get in the paper and talk crazy about him. I'm gonna just show him that I could win. Now every chance he gets, he's trying to lean into entertainment.
Well, let me surprise you with this. In my novice self, non-basketball playing self, I agree with Shaq. You know why? Because if it was you that played 3 years ago and now you're the coach, Shaq, I ain't respecting you. You telling me you spent 3 years on doing the podcast and you sound like that? The way you be sounding, Shaq? No. That's you talking about you, bro. You don't respect the game. The way you talk about the game is insane. The way we know we have our criticisms of JJ Redick. He has his own agenda, pushing the new generation, whatever. Ain't no way possible you listen to JJ Redick talk to these basketball players, breaking the game down, not leaning on having to go trolling on Twitter, Instagram, making diss songs. None of that. JJ Redick got hot in the basketball game and became the LA coach because somehow, even if he's fronting, even if this is just a show, I have nothing but respect for JJ Redick's knowledge of the game. The way he breaks it down for me, I learn a lot watching JJ Redick talk about basketball. Shaq.
Bring that mic closer. Pause.
Shaq, what are you talking about? On a night-to-night basis, we got to watch you on TNT. Sound like a jerk. Like a jerk. Straight up. If it was you and any one of these guys that clown around way too much, Dwight Howard, and remember, coaching is all about communication. That's all it's about. What are you communicating? All I see you doing is a fake Phil Jackson move. I'm going to start trolling y'all on the media and thinking I can play these mind games. Bro, that job is not that easy. And I always point to this. Yes, Shaq, you're a great businessman, but you also lean on your celebrity a lot with the money. Let's get this straight. JJ Redick is not this celebrity. He became a celebrity. He earned it outside of basketball in terms of I'm gonna go farm this audience at The Ringer. I'm gonna go farm this audience at ESPN, and I'm gonna create 1 million people, 1 million subscriber following on YouTube. All through really pretty much the game. Yes, he has his troll moments with the past. I was disgusted with JJ Redick for that. The Larry Bird comments he made. He's been got his feet held to the fire. He's been on the hot seat enough with his own coworkers and peers who are gonna target him during this season. It ain't just gonna be Shaq. There's a whole bunch of these people that are using his name for this very reason. We use JJ Redick to get some views. We all do. That's the game you're in, Shaq. JJ Redick said, if I wanted to, I could talk about Doc Rivers some more and get the 1 million views I got off that instead of the 16,000 I got off explaining what happened last night at the game. That's what happened with me. He said this out of his own mouth. He's very self-aware.
Listen, bro, they absolutely will be a topic every day. They have 41 or 39.
40 or 41. They lead the league.
So it's half. They have half of their schedule on national TV this year. Half of it. Now the other half, who knows where you'll be able to view that way, however you want to view it, right? Like they will be a topic Fabian, when I say every day, every single solitary day, they will be a topic of discussion. They're gonna own the narrative for the entire. I don't care how good teams are. Boston could come back and win another 65 games, and LA is going to own, the conversation. They just will. LeBron,
and JJ Redick,
Twilight, Anthony Davis. What you got for me this year?
his son,
Bronny's first year.
Bronny,
JJ Redick, rookie year as a coach. What? Yo. It's your own crib now because the Clippers are going somewhere else. So now you don't even share crypto no more. That's y'all crib now. Right? Like,
and he lives by a dime. I love it. I love everything about JJ Redick to the Lakers. This is amazing. I love it.
Oh, he's
Don
Don's neighbor.
Robinson said he saw JJ Redick in the streets, cruising around his neighborhood, and he was floored. I love this. I have a feeling he will be a good coach, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that who do you think JJ Redick was coming into this? Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, I understand. When we saw him and we were like, word? None of us had confidence in Steve Nash being a Nets coach. I don't remember anybody saying that. Jason Kidd, I had confidence because I'm a fan and I was biased. But he's been to 2 conference finals. He's been to a finals already as a coach. What's stopping JJ Redick from doing that? In terms of or attempting to do that, bringing that to the game. I think he's going to do a better job than Darvin Ham, and I think he already has more respect in that locker room than Darvin Ham. He has advantages already worked in for him.
Fabian is built in already. If he has any success in the first 2-3 seasons of his career, it will be directly tied to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. It will have zero to do with him, who he is as a coach, and how he.
Oh, I disagree.
How he develops talent. Bro, everything, in my opinion, I think it's just going to switch completely to, well, he had LeBron James and Anthony Davis. What do y'all expect? There's going to be no respect put on him, who he is as a coach, how he put guys into position to be successful, how he's developing talent, what he did with Bronny as a rookie. And if they have any success in these first 3 seasons, he will not be the bearer of it. It will strictly go to the players.
I disagreed initially, but I'm just thinking about how LeBron gets down and his fans get down. We took another rookie head coach to the Western Conference Finals. You see what LeBron does, and it also depends on how LeBron echoes and reacts to these night-to-night moments, to the success. How much credit are you giving JJ Redick? Because that's gonna come with the shot at Darvin Ham. Even if he doesn't say it, the fans are going to say it on Twitter. The Lakers fans are going to talk about it. It is what it is.
Ray, we'll never hear Darvin Ham's name again, ever again. In the basketball, we're never going to hear his name brought up. Coaching, what he did, And I respectfully love Darvin Ham. We're never going to hear his name brought up again.
Flea, you underestimate these damn wicked Laker fans. Any fan base with a huge, they are nuts. And they're going to be like, you see, this is why Darvin Ham was trash. This is why Darvin Ham was trash. See, look at the first play of the game, the elevator. Look, they do the elevator play. Darvin Ham in his dreams couldn't do that. You're going to see that. You're going to see it. You know this, man. Listen, we're crazy people, man. We are who we are. We want to see some comments real quick. You got to jump off. We jump off. I got like 5 minutes for them. I want to read it. Definitely these super chats.
Yeah, we got five minutes to get into the comments real quick.
We got blessed by the sporting page. Thank you, my brother. Gil and those guys talking down on the past sound like Benny Blanco, salty as hell. Yeah, they also just put on a show, I believe. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is with them. The success of the team hinges on AD's health. They'll be top 6 if he plays 4 to 5 nights, 4 or the 5 on nights. Anything less in play-in city. Yeah, I agree. Jeff, what's going on, Jeff? Really good follow. Love talking to you all the time. KK Redick is in over his head. His cussing at the presser was revealing. I disagree. A lot of people curse, bro. I love Bill Parcells. They might. I think it's really telling if he doesn't do it towards the players. If he's not, reprimanding them. Tough job. LeBron is a coach killer. He has been known. It's going to be a circus, potentially. It's already a circus, by the way, and they got their money back for Bronny. JJ Redick threw his former coach Doc Rivers under the bus. That's just plain wrong. I don't think anybody has any empathy for Doc Rivers.
Zero.
The devil is a lie. KK Redick earned nothing, gets the job over a ton of brothers. Dude is a pandering fool, point blank, period.
I don't explain that, the sporting page, how JJ Redick is a panderer. I'd like some explanation on that. And not that I don't agree with you. Let me say that, but I would like to understand what you mean by who does he pander to?
I think the younger generation. I think something about that. Knicks are not title contenders currently.
He may
pander
to the younger generation, but his pandering is completely different than Gil's. It's a completely different thing.
I think Gil's is a lot more vulgar and aggressive, but it's very similar. And I don't even think Gilbert Arenas. The difference is, I believe with Jay. I think JJ Redick is in denial. Gilbert Arenas knows exactly what he's saying and what he's doing.
You ever walk away from when he's in that bag, and this is specific because when Gil is cool and having conversation about the game of basketball, he's one of the most brilliant dudes to listen to. I'm gonna be honest. He's one of the most brilliant dudes to listen to.
He's a good communicator, good speaker.
Yes, he is brilliant when he talks the game. But when he starts talking about players, that's where he loses me. He starts losing me when he starts critiquing the old versus the new and that. Like, he always brings that bag. But when he's talking like the game, just the game, I'm like, damn, this dude is brilliant. He's smart.
You just described JJ Redick. When he's talking the game, it's great.
But I learned,
when he's comparing players then and now.
But the way my brain works, I learn a lot more when I listen to JJ Redick as opposed to Gil. Let me just say
that. Because it's come on, man. I come from the school of before Neil deGrasse Tyson, it was my man. His man from the Cosmos. His name just slipped my mind, man. Oh, damn, forgot his name. But I love watching stuff like that. Even any little chart that comes up with this what do you call that board? This court board that you write on the clipboard. It comes up on my feed. I'm like, ooh, what's this? The Omaha empty? Like I thought it was just football play. Like this is dope. Like that. Like basketball has that many terminologies.
Big shout
Shaq was a great player, but he talks a lot.
Big shout out to Gerald McCoy. G McCoy was on with Gil and them today, just talking the football play. I thought that was a great conversation. Him and Rashad was going at it for a second. I thought that was good. Like, not going over the top, but just, having opposing views on that. I thought that was like, if y'all didn't see that.
I want to go in depth. I want to go in depth with that tomorrow then.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's get to that.
In real time, I was like, wait a minute. Gerald McCoy's, he made the most sense to me, but we'll get to that. KK Redick is a bum. People haven't made the playoffs in 2016. Kaylin changed their life. Sporting Page, I figured I'd see you slither and shoot. What is wrong with y'all? What does that mean? Y'all talking too spicy for me, man. What happened to the comment? Shaq, I eat my oatmeal with a platinum spoon. It don't matter. Liberty will get that chip. They're both nice. Points and rebounds. Ask a question. Got an answer. Push the goalpost. Then they talking about Cheryl Swoops. Okay. Julian, what's going on, my brother? Hope everything is well.
Well.
Double doubles for the record. Fab and Fleet. Q Barrow, what's going on, baby? Caitlin is her, and she getting started. Wait till she learns her spots. She's amazing, bro. She's transcending, as they say. Transcendent. This is exactly like transcendent. This is exactly like the ant discussion. Swoops mad. Y'all forgetting 90s. I don't think it's anything like that. I think Cheryl Swoops is just dead wrong. She clearly said she was hating on her, bro, and a lot of people were. Get over it. Them not being over 500 has nothing to do with it. CC is not above criticism. Stop the cap. She's definitely not above it. She's a crybaby. She got to stop pouting. They thought it wasn't like it wasn't in Cheryl Swoops right and Diana Taurasi telling her this ain't college. This is a big girls league. It's a big women's league. You come in here, you ain't coming in with all that.
1000%. But now it's fair. It's fair to. That was my child, y'all. It's fair to say, yo. After further discussion, yeah.
Salute her.
There's nothing
That's
wrong.
it.
Diana Taurasi is a pioneer to this game. She's one of the women who was going to go down as one of the best WNBA players of all time. In any post-game presser or pre-game presser, she can stop all the questions and just say, hey, hold on a second, y'all. Let me just say this. That young girl that's playing for the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark, has extremely impressed me throughout the rest of the season. I thought she was going to be challenged coming into this league, but she has taken. I love competing against her, and I can't wait to see what she brings to our game for the next few years, for the next, however long her career is. She could get in that bag, but they don't want to get into that bag. They don't.
Nah, but I'd rather she's playing. Cheryl Swoops can do that. Diana can wait till she retires and does that.
No. Diana Taurasi is 45 years old. She's like, cut it out. Diana Taurasi's overstayed her welcome. She can absolutely tell her, yo, I'm impressed by this young lady. She's going to take my place because I'm almost done, y'all. Taurasi's played in 8 Olympics. She's been playing in the Olympics since she played in the Olympics with Nancy Lieberman. Go home, Diana. Go home.
A WNBA legend is now getting her career destroyed because CC fans can't handle criticism about their fake Jesus B-ball game. I think he's talking about Angel Reese. I think that they both have stands also. Like, people holding Angel Reese down. I don't like, again, the Dave Portnoys of the world. They're the ones trying to, y'all keep comparing her. 2, that's the problem. It ain't just them. If she didn't matter so much, why are you talking about it, Dave Portnoy? All these people. If it's not comparable like that, why are you bringing her up? Because, like Flea pointed out, I have to concede. I cannot argue who gets the Rookie of the Year. Flea's watching. I'm not. I can go by as my feeling on the game and concede that point. But the same people who are so mystified as to why they're being compared continue to compare them. You're the schmuck.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. If she wins it outright, am I gonna tear my house up because she wins it outright? No. I think that's fine. But I would respect it if they put some respect on both their names and gave them and let them share the Rookie of the Year. Has that ever happened in WNBA history? I can't recall. I have no clue.
Has there been full Rookie of the Years? And I don't see anything.
You don't see anything?
Nah.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is the year. I don't know if this is the year. I don't know if this is the year they'll set the precedent. Who knows? The other thing too is the Chicago Sky aren't winning a lot. They're like 7 games under 500. Her double doubles, how much are they affecting them being a winning squad? Right? Kennedy Carter's over there. Like, they don't have the best team, but they don't have the worst team either. What, all the double doubles being overblown. Like, all of that conversation starts happening when you're trying to refute if they can win, if they can split the Rookie of the Year. But listen, 8,000 fans come to see WNBA games that Caitlin Clark is not a part of. 15,000 fans are in the arenas when Caitlin Clark is playing. They almost double in viewership in terms of people that's coming into the arenas to see us. So, I mean, we got to stop. Like, it's enough now.
Cheryl won 4 chips. She played defense. She don't got to gobble Caitlin if you don't want her. She doesn't, and that's my other point. Then don't do it. Just double down on your hate. That's what I would do. If you're going to be a hater, go be a hater. Go do what AllBall does with LeBron. Go do what Skip does with LeBron and go all the way. Yeah. Go all the way. Don't, none of this. Leave her out on purpose. Get all the attention in the world and don't get emotional about it. Do it. Because you've never been this high before, Cheryl Swoops, on these internet streets. Run all the way with it. You know what? I have a second thought. Give Angel Reese the Rookie of the Year, not the co-rookie. And just go with it. Get your money.
And that's the other thing. This is another conversation. We could take us home, bro. But where was Cheryl Swoops when all of these other young ladies were elevating? Where was her voice at during Candace Parker? Where was her voice at when Maya Moore was destroying the WNBA? When the Minnesota Lynx were a dynasty type team? Maya Moore, Sylvia Fowles, Simone Augustus, Rebecca Brunson, Lindsay Whalen.
I mean,
where was she at? Where were they at when?
But in fairness, this is the Caitlin Clark effect. There's a louder Skip Bayless doesn't have a career without LeBron and Tebow and these guys who are hot like fire, and the platform of a Gilbert Arenas in the internet. Mm-hmm. A lot of folks, you were getting real comfy. Ray Allen was a consummate pro. he is levels above Jack. Jack got credit for a first round victory, overrated at his finest. He's better than Perkins. That's it. You're a hater. Dwight was an amazing combination of size. He's crazy. I don't see you in third person either. Come on, get it back together, Sport Page.
Get back to it.
Dwight was an amazing combination of size and athleticism, but his run was really short. Yeah, that back problem and how he spoke to that back really affecting him. I'm glad he talked about that too. Ewing lost in 7 to Dream and in 7 to MJ, beat Dream in college and lost in champ game to MJ. Ewing is a rival to those guys. Dwight, LOL. The lob threat don't create that much. 16 points a game ain't much. Rare, 1,000%. Cheesy Soul King, what's going on? I feel 50 was speaking on the fact that the NBA didn't show Kobe the love they showed Mike. Same way industry didn't show respect to 50 till he blew up. Really great point. Woo!
Cheesy Soul Cakes. I have no pushback for that because I understand exactly what you're saying. Now that analogy, that parallel, I got it. Because when Bean came in, they were trying to bury him. Not only the Lakers, Del Harris, Eddie Jones, all of those guys over there, they were trying to bury him and the rest of the league. So, yeah.
I couldn't see myself listening to Redick either. Yeah, y'all are crazy. And they never passed like Gilbert Arenas ever. Yeah. Did they? Gilbert was gone. Not only AE and close to young Mike, Anthony Edwards' skill set, wise, and athleticism. Today, y'all better watch Kawhi in the mid-range, man. Randall and trade rumors. We'll get to that Thursday, probably.
We'll get to that Thursday.
What's up, my Turbo?
Turbo.
JJ Redick does not want the excessive dribble tolerated in back-to-back seasons under Coach Ham. He wants the Miami Heat system offense. Shaq don't like that. Okay, you say so. Dre Day, what's going on? Any more real quick? We got to go. Jay Will mad because... Oh, Carl Sagan, exactly. Sporting Page. We are the same age. The Cosmos. You know what we on. Flea, you right. Gil is in his bag. Can be great. Knicks not title contenders, but we beat Philly with 1 starter left. Okay, exactly. Shaq. Jay Will mad because I didn't sign his cap. Apologies, brother. Next time. Jay Will, you going to be at Big Dogs Live Thursday? Jay Will donate something for once. Show some love. Damn, dog. Who's Jay Will?
Yeah, Jay Will. Go in your pockets, baby. Send us a couple dollars. We ain't even do our
Why she got to say that? Your word.
We ain't even do our begging segment today.
We prefer the Cash App in the description, y'all.
Yeah, Cash App us, man. Because y'all send the super chat. We love it. But YouTube takes a little cut. That's like DoorDash and Uber Eats. They take a cut. We don't get it all.
YouTube is Uncle Sam's grandfather. They been going crazy. Why she got to say that? Ant doesn't respect the past. People don't owe you proud. We grown in competition. We'll get to that. Are Knicks better than Celtics, OKC, Timberwolves, Nuggets? Be honest. They're on the same level, David. Watch him out. My cousin let me use this account today. He said, make sure you donate. He will be mad at it in third person. But he said, Jay Will, he will sign your cap too. Knicks can't even get out of the East with this roster. David Smith, please come back.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, please come back.
David Smith comments. Go to hell, David Smith. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
And we'll be waiting for you in hell right over here, David Smith.
Yes, David Smith.
You know who we are.
Bring the comments on Thursday. We will do Knicks rehab.
We live.
And we will smoke you. And never the little one.
We'll be back tomorrow at 7:30. Maybe 10 minutes later, 7:30. I'm sorry. Flea's going to curse me out again in pre-pro. It's going to be at 7:30 on the dot tomorrow. Because he rushes home and gets in the spot. I'm sorry, Flea. I'm publicly apologizing to you.
I love this, y'all. See y'all tomorrow.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.